Recorded Books and One Click Digital present Cold Shot by Dani Pettrey, narrated by Thérèse Plummer. Chapter 1. Fog wafted over the silent hilltop, dancing in eerie waves amidst the centuries-old trees, the weathered trunks the sole markers of the lost graves littering the ground surrounding them. Shoving his frost-nipped fingers into his stiff jeans pockets, Angus Reed shifted his weight, trying to pump some warmth into his limbs. His cousin Ralph moved slowly, methodically, over the grid they'd compiled. Gazing up at the slip of a moon glimmering behind the clouds, he whispered, "Come on, stay out just a while longer." It was too risky to use any light other than the moon's, even if it was the observant ranger's night off. Angus shook his head. The man possessed a level of dedication and fastidious attention to detail the other rangers did not. His leg twitched. The search was taking too long. Anything? They should have found it by now. "Shh," Ralph hissed. "I gotta concentrate." The twitching intensified. "Concentrate quicker." An owl screeched overhead, sending Angus's heart racing. He caught a glimpse of its shadow disappearing with the moonlight into the thickening cloud cover. "Maybe we should come back another night." Ralph's detector hummed to life. Angus smiled. He knew it. Too many men had died on this hill. Many left to rot in mass graves, even more unaccounted for, just like his great-great-great-grandpappy. Why should that woman and her team get all the treasure just because they had a sanctioned dig? His kin died defending this hill. Why should some anthropologist, or whatever she was, swoop in and steal what belonged to the families of those lost? Nah. He was taking what was his, a chunk of the history his kin helped shape. The detector whirred to a fevered pitch at the base of a gnarled oak tree, and Angus's shoulders slumped with hard-earned relief. "About time." "Told ya," Ralph snickered. "Get the shovel. And some light." The thickening cloud cover left them no choice. They needed some light to work by. Resting the flashlight on the ground would hopefully limit the beam's reach. Clutching the handle, he cut into the earth. A foot down, the tip of his metal shovel twanged off a hard shock of resistance. Ralph gaped at him with a tooth-filled grin. Angus couldn't remember the last time he witnessed his burly cousin smile. The sight bringing the days of them as young'uns running wild through the Pennsylvania countryside back with a whoosh. Pulling a trowel from his bag, Angus aimed the light downward and set to work uncovering the source of resistance. Griffin grabbed a flashlight from his desk drawer and slipped it into his belt loop. He preferred the stillness of night, nothing but the moonlight to guide his steps. But the moon had all but disappeared behind the burgeoning blackness of sky about to let loose with rain. Hopefully he'd get his rounds in before it started. Leave it to Hank to get married on a cold, soon-to-be-very wet November night. Not that he minded swapping shifts. In fact, he far preferred patrolling the park after hours, without the usual throng of tourists. Just him and the battle's casualties sharing the hallowed ground. He'd drive the necessary perimeter, then park behind Devil's Den and climb to his favorite lookout, which afforded him the best surveying spot outside of the tower. His gun in his holster, he shrugged on his coat and zipped it up. Grabbing his hat off the hook by the station door, he stepped out into the brisk night. The air was thick and held the promise of rain, the fresh scent tantalizingly close. Clearing the lower grounds, he made it to Devil's Den before the rain began. After parking his car, he took off on foot from the boulder-strewn area, heading for Little Round Top. Yes, there was a road winding around the backside of the hill, famous for the 20th Maine's heroic standoff. But driving took the fun out of it. This time of year, he was likely to see deer, even bats if he was silent enough, blending in with the darkness. Cresting the rise, a faint glow caught his attention. Halting, he listened. 2 muffled voices. He crept closer, pulling his weapon. Vandals or relic hunters, most likely. Either way, he wasn't approaching multiple unknowns unarmed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?